Let's talk about your saggy middle. Hello, I'm Jim Heskett, also known as the Juggling author, and I'm not talking about weight loss. I'm talking about the saggy middle of your story. You might have heard this referred to as the second act sag, or the second act boring part, or there's lots of different ways that you can refer to it. But basically, it's when you think your story has a good beginning and a good ending, but the middle, where you're just waiting to get to the climax, isn't all that exciting. This is pretty common. And I'll tell you what, it's a basic failure of plotting. It's a basic failure of outlining, because if you have a book that starts strong and ends strong, but then in the middle your characters are sort of meandering, they're talking a lot and thinking and just sort of waiting around until the ending, you've got a problem with try-fail cycles, or as Sean Coyne from the Story Grid would call it, progressive complications. What you have is a complication problem. If you want to make your story exciting and you want to avoid having a saggy middle, here's how you do it. You have a character. That character has a desire. That character sets out on a course to achieve that goal, to fulfill that desire. Then the character encounters an obstacle. The character probably doesn't succeed because of that obstacle, and the character has to pivot, has to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or 1 step forward and 2 steps back. This is a try-fail cycle. I want this thing, I'm going to try to get it, I didn't succeed, now I have to try something else, and in addition to that, I've suffered some other setback. I'm lower on resources, or I've lost an ally, or something else has happened to make it harder. Now I try something else and that doesn't work, and now also it adds an additional complication. It's the yes but and the no and. Yes, I accomplished my goal, but this bad thing happened when I did it. Yes, we defeated the dragon, but we lost half of our crew. Or also the no and. No, I didn't accomplish the goal, and something else bad happened. No, I didn't defeat the dragon, and I lost half of my crew, so the next time I try to go fight the dragon, I'm only going to have half as many people in my adventuring party. This is how your novel can avoid the saggy middle. If you have progressive complications or escalating try-fail cycles as you go from the beginning to the end, then your novel won't sag in the middle, because it will get progressively more exciting as it goes along. As your reader reads it, she gets progressively more and more worried that your character will not be able to fulfill her goal. And it doesn't just have to be in fantasy novels and in thrillers. This can happen. This happens in good YA novels too, where the main character, the nerdy boy, wants to ask the girl out, but he keeps running into these progressive complications, like he is going to go to the basketball game because he knows she's going to be there, but then at the last minute he has to take his little brother to soccer practice, so he can't go to the basketball game. That's a progressive complication. So as long as you're having these progressive complications, and the complications, you're not repeating them over and over again. If every time he wanted to go see the girl, he had to take his little brother to soccer, that would get boring, because it's the same complication over and over again. But if the next time a complication arises, it's bigger, it's more serious, and causes more problems, causes more tension, that's progressive. And you keep working towards these throughout the middle of your novel until you reach the climax, where something the character does finally does or does not work to get him his goal. And that is how you avoid the saggy middle. Have a great day.